properties scattered across forested regions, some near lakes, some near cliffs, some hidden deep enough that GPS loses signal long before travelers arrive. And yet, every single cabin has one thing in common. What most people don't know is that the cabin rental company owns more than a dozen cabins, and people only disappear when they break the rules. The third recorded incident came from a listing known as Hilltop Cabin, overlooking the California coast. The rental review history was strange. No photos from guests, no comments longer than a sentence, and several that simply read, "We left early." During a powerful storm, a traveler became stranded after their car failed on a washed-out mountain road. With communication lines down and power unstable, they sought shelter at the nearest structure, Hilltop Cabin. The rules at this cabin were short. Do not ask about the other rooms. Do not request to meet the other occupant. Do not question noises after midnight. The traveler later wrote in a journal, one of the few artifacts ever recovered, that the couple staying in the cabin seemed polite, calm, and strangely eager to offer shelter. But something felt off. The wife was never seen, not once. The husband mentioned her constantly, referenced her laughter, her habits, the television show she was watching, the tea she liked, but she never appeared. Not to greet the guest, not to say hello, not even to open a door. At night, the traveler heard footsteps pacing in the hallway. Soft steps, slow steps, steps that paused outside the bedroom door, as if someone stood there, listening, breathing, waiting. But in the morning, the husband claimed the noise must have been the storm. When investigators eventually entered the property, they discovered something unsettling. There were no female belongings in the cabin, no clothing, no shoes, no hairbrushes, no toiletries, no presence at all. And yet, the closet smelled faintly of perfume. The fourth documented incident occurred months later in Lakeview Cabin in Oregon. This one involved a renter staying alone during the winter season. Snow surrounded the cabin, insulating it in silence. The rules at Lakeview Cabin were the simplest of all. Do not ignore voices outside. Do not respond to knocking. Do not engage with children after dark. The renter reported that on the first night, a child's voice whispered through the door. "Do you have any candy?" Soft, playful, innocent. The voice returned again the next night, and the next, always after sundown, always sounding like a child no older than 8. But on the final night, the voice changed. It dropped lower, stretched longer, and spoke slowly, like something learning how to speak through borrowed sound. When park rangers reviewed the scene, they noted deep scratch marks on the outside of the windows, 6 feet off the ground, as if something tall had been pressing its face against the glass, watching, waiting. The renter's belongings were still inside. The fireplace was still warm. The bed was still unmade. But the renter was gone. The only thing left behind was the rule sheet, and something had added a final line in handwriting that did not match the renter's. It likes when you answer. At this point, the cabin company should have been shut down. The properties should have been seized. The disappearances should have sparked investigation, outrage, media coverage, national panic. But none of that happened, because no one connected the cases. Each disappearance occurred in a different county, handled by a different deputy, filed in a different jurisdiction, labeled with a different explanation. Missing person, storm hazard, wildlife encounter, voluntary abandonment, mental instability. Different stories, different circumstances, yet always the same structure, always the same remoteness, always the same phrase printed at the top of the rules. House rules are there for a reason. There was still one more cabin on record, one that tied every incident together. A property listed quietly under a different name, in a different county, with a different style of architecture, made to look older, historic, inherited rather than owned. The listing was called Private Room, No Visitors Allowed. This one wasn't a whole cabin, just a section of a house. The rules were clearer than any others. Do not enter the room marked private. Do not pick up the phone no matter how long it rings. Do not remove your shoes indoors. Close blinds before sunset. Do not attempt to leave before morning. A woman staying in that room reported that the phone rang non-stop throughout the night. The ringing continued even when the cable was unplugged, even when the phone was dismantled, even when the receiver was removed completely. Finally, exhausted and overwhelmed, she answered. A woman's voice spoke softly. "Please save us." Then a baby cried in the background. The caller said she was trapped in a room marked private. The renter opened the blinds even though the rules forbade it. Outside, she didn't see trees. She didn't see the road. She didn't see the yard. She saw another window staring back at her, a window with a woman inside it, holding a child, mouth open in a silent scream. The renter ran to the hallway, searching for the room labeled private, thinking she could help, thinking someone was in danger. She found it. The door was locked. She heard pounding from the other side, the woman begging, the child crying, the voice shaking. She twisted the handle. The door opened easily. And then the diary ends. Police found only the rule sheet, and on it someone had written, "The room was never for them. It was for you." This was the final case in the archive, but it wasn't the end of the story, because all the cabins, every last one of them, were owned by the same silent company. A company with no physical address, a company with no working phone number, a company that only sends one type of email: booking confirmation.